Hi everyone, this is Pam Nakpil and this is The Moving Truth with Pam. So for today I'm excited. We have a very single and very available lady.
Ready to mingle.
Her name's Wilma Mata and she's an HR professional and I will like to hand it over to Wilma to say something about herself. Wilma.
Hi everyone. Hi Ate Pam. Yeah. So yep, I'm an HR professional. I came to New Brunswick in 2021 September as a student.
Student.
Yes, pandemic time. Where,
Exciting.
yes, there's so many restrictions in the Philippines. You cannot go out and stuff like that. And you know me, you will not see me inside the house. I said, hey, I cannot do this. I need to go somewhere. And yep, I Googled New Brunswick. Nobody knows about New Brunswick. I said, yep, I think I wanted to go to a place where nobody knows me. I don't know anyone, not even workmates or whatsoever. So here I am.
So backtrack a bit.
Uh-huh.
You're from the Philippines. What were you doing there before you thought of I can go out and I want to go to some
I'm doing
place?
HR.
Okay.
I actually wanted to be a social worker.
Social worker.
Yes.
HR.
I'm not aware
Kinda.
that there's a course called social works. I thought
Okay.
psychology, so I took psychology. And then when I started doing practicum, I started to do it in a clinical setting,
Okay.
you know, and that's not the thing that I like. I said, I wanted to do social work. Why am I here? And then my teacher said, no, you should have taken social work. I said,
Social
oh,
work.
and I don't want to, go back to studying again.
Start
I said,
again.
nope, yeah. And then I just couldn't work in a clinical setting. And so I chose human resources, and then I've been dealing with people as well. But still, I wanted to do social work. So I first work
Okay.
in Bantay Bata, ABS-CBN Foundation.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
So,
Well, for the information, everyone, ABS-CBN is one of the biggest networks in the Philippines. Much like Rogers. Okay.
yeah. So there, and then I love serving the people and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
since I'm an HR, so I had to work for HR, and then I stayed there for 8 years,
8
or 7
years.
years. And then my
Wow.
boss told me, Wilma, I think you're an HR person. You should be moving up the ladder by now. Why don't you, explore?
Explore.
Yeah. So they endorsed me to our sister company, Sky Cable, as the talent
Okay.
acquisition lead in Sky
Okay.
Cable. So when I went to Ortigas, then I started to crave for really an HR profession, moving to becoming a manager and stuff
Where
like
were
that.
you working before? Oh, Quezon City.
In Quezon
Okay.
City, yeah.
Which is a little bit far
Mother
from...
Ignacia,
Okay.
that's the ABS-CBN
Okay.
compound. And then, yeah, when I went to Ortigas, my God, there's so many opportunities that opened. And then I said, okay, I can do more. And
Okay.
then I started to dream to moving to Makati, where I got hired. Yeah, from
Okay,
Ortigas to
wait.
Makati.
Where do you live? Just
I
to
live
give-
in Marikina.
Okay, to give people perspective.
Yes, I live in Marikina.
Okay, it's east of a place. So she
Right.
first worked north of a place.
Yes.
Then went Middle East, not
Yes.
Middle East, but Middle East of the metro. And now you want to go southern part of the metro.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Why? Traffic is so horrible. Metro Manila.
Makati, that's the, what do you call that? All the big companies are in Makati, right?
So that's what you were thinking
Yes,
of.
everybody wanted to go to Makati, be working in the Makati, right?
I
the
remember
business
those
district
times.
in the Philippines, wearing corporate
I
attire,
remember those times.
full makeup. I said, oh, I wanted to work there.
Heels.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember those times. I used to work for
Blazers,
bank.
right? Monday to Friday. I
So
said,
you
oh,
went to Makati to
I
work.
went to Makati for work. Imagine the traffic.
I know.
Yes.
From the east, which is already traffic ridden,
Yes.
going
yes.
to Makati, the business
Yes.
district of the Philippines of Metro
Right,
Manila.
right.
What work were you doing there? Still HR.
It's still human resources.
And what company? I mean, what nature of company?
Ristan Supercenters Incorporated. It's a
Oh.
retail company.
Yeah.
The founder of the luxurious brands in the Philippines. Yeah. And I stayed there for like 10 years before going here to
Okay.
New Brunswick.
So we're now at the stage we're in. You are working very well, talent
Right.
acquisition lead,
Right.
and then suddenly
Talent acquisition, and then talent acquisition at Sky Cable, and then when I moved to Ristan, I became the
HR head.
A branch HR in the beginning, the store, because we do have a lot of branches in supermarkets. And then I got my boss took me to HRIS lead in head
Okay.
office. So I automated the timekeeping of the 94 stores of
Oh, wow.
restaurants,
Okay.
automating a lot of HR processes. I enjoyed so much. That's why I stayed there for 9 years,
9
10
years.
years.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
You are a loyal
Yes.
employee. Okay.
When
So
when you enjoy what you're doing, you wouldn't feel like,
True.
hey, it is already 10 years?
true, true.
Yeah.
I'm a jumper. So, Restaurants, a good company, a very
Yes.
prestigious brand. Makati, you had the
I have
job,
a car plan,
you
nice
had
benefits,
the job, the benefits
bonus.
that you wanted, that
Right.
you were. So why wanting to go back and think of starting over, being a student,
Yeah.
leaving the Philippines? What was the thought process about this?
I would always tell my coworkers, my family, that I wanted to go abroad, but I did not meant that seriously. I mean, like so many Filipinos in the Philippines. Each family, I think, has at least one family member working abroad, right? And in our family, no one. And I said I would like maybe
Okay.
one to be like that. I just keep on saying that, but I don't mean of doing that. Okay,
So
because
it
I'm
was just
enjoying my
a
job.
thought.
It was just a thought.
Okay.
Until come pandemic, then okay, fine, why not? And just really to study, not to work. Back in the Philippines.
Wait. Pause.
Sure.
So just to study,
Just to study,
not
because
to
nothing
work.
to do in the Philippines. Right.
So because of COVID, you decided to go to Canada and spend or invest money to study. Well, you're very accomplished, and not to really stay here and work.
Yes.
Okay, that's very
Not
different
yet.
from what I hear from most people, because they use the student pathway
Yes.
to become permanent residents and to
Right.
become citizens.
Right.
So why? I mean,
I have a small family. I really don't want to be staying here because I know my parents doesn't want to be here.
okay.
I mean, like, we have a very, very small family, and they
How
wanted
many
to be with
siblings?
their just three.
Just three
And then
siblings.
even my and then I have a job in the Philippines, and my boss told me, if you want to go to Canada study, okay, when you come back you still have a job.
The job's
That's
waiting
really-
for you.
Yes.
So there was really now
Yes,
intention of
yes.
staying. Okay.
And all my bosses from other companies, they're actually welcome to getting me again.
Again?
Yes, yes. I am so lucky with my
Oh, wow.
former bosses.
That's a blessing.
Really.
That's a
Yeah.
blessing.
Yeah, and even up to now, I'm receiving a message saying that, hey, we come back home.
Come back home.
Yes, we have a job for you, something like that. And so, yeah, I said, okay. And then when I was like in the Philippines, I've been thinking like, why are these Filipinos couldn't, go home?
Yeah.
Like, why does it take them 5 years, 3 years to go back home? Well, in fact, all they need is,
A little money.
a little money and airfare. They have
It's
a
not a
house. They
little
don't.
money.
Oh no, I mean like just an airfare. I mean like they wouldn't need to rent a house, right?
Yes,
But
or
you
a
see some
hotel.
Filipinos traveling to other countries, right?
Mm.
Booking a hotel. But I said, why they couldn't, at least
Come back.
visit their family every 2 years, and then. Those are what I said, when I go,
Mm-hmm.
if ever I'll be working abroad, I'll see to it to go
Go
back.
home.
Visit my relatives every 2 years. And then why do I hearing Filipinos that would say it's so difficult here in Canada, it's blah 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 blah, but why are they still there?
Uh-huh. Okay,
Right?
okay.
And I wanted to know that myself. So I said, I will not receive any, accurate answer if I myself
So you're
won't
trying it
experience
out.
that. Okay? And then, why does professionals here in the Philippines would go there? I mean, I don't mind whatever job you do.
Yeah,
Okay?
okay.
I wouldn't mind that. But I said, why won't they, try to apply for a job related to their work
Okay.
experience?
Uh-huh.
And then, that's what I actually am thinking. Because back in the Philippines, we do have, bosses from other countries as
Expats.
well. Yeah, expats.
Expats.
And I feel like, we will be able to,
Do that.
do good as well. So those are what I have in my mind.
Okay, so but to be a student again, and tuition fees aren't a joke.
Yes.
Was it a 1-year course?
It's just a 1-year course.
So it was really because you wanted to study.
Yes.
Okay, so while studying, what were you doing? Like, when you got here, it was the pandemic. How
Right.
did you find settling down, at least for the meantime,
Mm-hmm.
in New Brunswick, where no one knew about, who
Yeah.
no one knew about, you did not know anyone.
Yeah.
So how was it when you came in? How was the transition for you to start?
Social media played a big role
Okay.
in settling down.
Okay.
I researched,
Okay.
I checked on YouTube, but there's nothing much about New Brunswick. Okay, so I thought of, maybe checking Facebook. Yeah, so I met some Filipinos that are here in New Brunswick, and then I found this Filipino organization. So I requested to be a member of that Facebook page, where I found some apartments for rent.
Wow.
So I look for an apartment via Facebook. I don't even know Marketplace during that time,
Yeah.
because I myself,
We're not using
no, not
so
at all.
when you got here, how did you find settling in? I mean, you found an apartment.
I
Was
found
it the one that you like? Was it convenient?
I think I was trained to think of the worst.
Okay.
Okay, my first job in ABS-CBN, because it's a foundation and everything like that, I was really trained to think of the worst.
Okay.
So when I moved here, I think of the worst. I said, my apartment may not be as good as what it says in the advertisement. I may not have a job that I like. Okay. I may be hungry for quite some time while still studying. Those are what I have in my mind. And you know what, Ate Pam? Having that in my mind, I do brought a lot of pancit canton.
It's the instant noodles we
It's
have.
an
Okay.
instant noodle. I said, what if I don't have a job for three
So your
months?
suitcase was
Yes, I don't
instant
even. I
noodles.
don't have much clothing in my bag, because I don't mind repeating clothes. I mean, like, and I have my toiletries for 1 year. I said, if I'm gonna be
Wow.
studying for 1 year, no, seriously,
Really?
my housemates is still, so after graduating, I still have this what do you call that, toothpaste in a pouch.
Sachets.
The sachets, yeah, that's right. So I have those. Even
You're
after I
making me laugh,
graduated.
Wilma.
No, seriously, Ate Pam. I should have taken pictures of that.
You should. You should.
I should have taken pictures.
So
I'm prepared.
Was it to your liking? Your schooling, your residence. Like, how did you feel when you moved?
I don't like my apartment. I was made to believe that it's close to my school, to NBCC. The person I was talking to said, "Yep, it's just a one bus ride going to NBCC." Okay.
Okay. Was it the
My
one
mistake,
bus
I
ride?
did not Google my apartment going to the school.
Because you
So that's
trusted.
because I trusted, because she's a Filipina. Okay. But by mistake, I did not Google. So that's what I would always tell Filipinos who wanted to
Research.
research. Okay,
Research.
Google. So I did not do that. So when I came in, it's not a one bus ride away. It's two bus ride away. That's in Dieppe.
Wow. And in NBCC's in
From
Mountain.
my apartment, I would need to ride a bus going to Champlain.
And Champlain.
And the bus going to Champlain is 30 to 45 minutes intervals.
So you will
And my
need
class
to,
starts at 6:30.
so you need to leave
I
at
walked.
4:30.
And the bus at Dieppe starts, I think, at 6.
Okay. Were you able to transfer at all because it's so far?
I wanted to transfer, but my housemate doesn't want me.
Okay.
Is not allowing me. She said, I have a contract for 1 year, so I have to finish that. So I negotiated. I said, I'm going to look for someone who could replace me so I could move closer. But still, she did not.
Okay, so
allow
it's
that.
also hard to trust
It's hard,
people.
but what I did, again, research, asking around. I don't know anyone, so I asked around. I asked NBCC what can be done. I even went to Service New Brunswick to ask, this is my concern, blah, blah, blah. And they asked me, yeah, you can leave anytime. You did your part. You look for a replacement, but just not allowing that or not approving at all. So, yeah.
Okay.
Go and leave. So I move close to my apartment.
So from the start there, it was already not okay.
Yeah.
So how was studying? How was studying for you? Was it okay? What did you find?
It's an HR
Course.
program, so I did not find it hard at all because
Okay.
somehow I do have a background.
Okay.
What's difficult is that the time we do have a lot of assignments and I'm working part-time
Oh,
because
wow.
I need to work, I need to pay for my apartment. I don't want to get, from my savings to pay for the
Okay.
apartment. I said, I'll just, I use my savings to pay for the tuition fee, but other than that,
Okay.
because I'm planning to go back, right?
Yeah,
So
planning
I'm
to go
planning
back.
to go back.
So after graduation, because you're still here, when did you graduate?
I graduated 2022 June.
2022. Okay, so it's 2024. It is obvious to us that you did not go home.
No.
Okay, so what
Okay.
happened? Why did you not go home after thinking you would?
I enjoyed New Brunswick.
Okay, what
New
did you enjoy
Brunswick,
about
it's
it?
just like Philippines. I mean,
Without
like
the traffic?
without
the
the traffic. Yeah, but just like the Philippines without the traffic at all.
Why do you say that? Is it because of the people? I mean,
People are nice. People are kind.
and you've
I don't know
never
anyone,
felt?
but no. Every time I'm gonna ride a bus, somebody will ask me, "How are you?" And I say, "Oh, we don't
Okay.
do that in the Philippines."
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But so you've never felt like you were different?
No, no. They're very welcoming. They're very accommodating. Even I don't know when I ask people, I mean, like they really find time
To talk to you.
to explain everything. So here's where you're gonna do grocery, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Go,
Very helpful.
Yes, they
So-
even told me if you will shop meat, go to Atlantic Superstores. They do have 50% off
Sometimes
first
they
thing
do.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but you said you had a very small and close family.
Yes.
So why did you not go home? I mean, you said you loved New Brunswick, but what was the reason why you stayed?
I actually convinced my family to move here as well. I said,
Okay.
hey, it's so nice here.
Okay.
And then actually before graduating, we're planning already to process the visa of my mother. I don't have my father anymore. He passed away 2016. So I only have my mother and my two siblings. And we're working on the visitor visa of my
visas, okay.
mom. Yeah, before graduating. So that's, I think, 6-7 months
Okay.
that I'm here. So we're working on her visa already. My sister has a visa
Yes,
here in
okay.
Canada, so she can move anytime. My sister has a family. Yeah, they're talking about it because
Yeah,
her
it's
kids is
different.
still in school, but yeah,
Yeah.
planning to.
So what happened
hers,
to?
Oh, yeah. After graduating, while I'm processing my permanent residency, when I told them already, I actually speak to my mother on, what do you call that, on Messenger, showing her, hey, this is New Brunswick, blah, 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 and she loved it as well. And then, so, you wanna come here, you wanna stay here? And then she said, yeah, I like it there. I mean, like, there's so many things that I could do there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so we work on the visa. However, yeah, my mother passed away just
While you were doing-
before we complete the visa approval.
How was it for you? I mean, I'm sure.
I'm gonna cry. I'm a crier. I'm a crier. It's so, of course, so.
Did you
so
have to
difficult.
leave? Because you haven't graduated yet. So you had to go
I
home.
graduated. I already graduated at the time. That means I don't have a visa anymore. I don't have a post-graduation work permit yet because I just finished schooling. So that means my student visa is not valid anymore. I should get a post-graduation work permit, which I don't have yet. I do applied online, but I don't have it yet. So that
what
means
happened?
I
So
don't
when
have.
you go home, you run the risk of not being able to.
Yes,
come
I
back.
spoke to an immigration consultant asking them, hey, I need to go home. I need to see my mother. But even the immigration consultant said, we have an experience and that person wasn't able to come back. Do you want to risk? And I've met so many Filipinos here already. And then I asked for their opinion, what to do. And I think I even asked you, Ate Fam, right? And you said, yeah, I think it's risky. And then Sam actually told me that even if you go back home, you know,
Can't do anything. Da, da, da.
right, right. But I said, no, I mean, like,
Your mom.
I just, mother's my mother, right? So I took the risk. I went home.
You're back.
I just actually had a one-way ticket.
Okay.
I bought just one way because the immigration consultant already said that I will not be able to go
come
back.
back.
And I even went to the airport, asked, and I said, yeah, you don't have a visa, that's invalid. I went back. Yeah, I went back, and then after everything, after the burial, after a week, and then my sister said, you really want to go back there? You want to risk? yeah, go ahead. It's just money. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
if they will tell, okay, nope.
So when
yeah.
you got here, what happened? Did the border
Oh my
services?
God, my sisters did not sleep until I got the
Was
approval.
able.
Yes, yes, yes. Because I said, hey, book me a flight back to the Philippines, and in case they will not allow me to enter
And they
Canada.
did.
Yeah, but they did. In Toronto, yeah, the immigration officer saw my visa and it's, oh, your student visa is not valid anymore. You already graduated with your work permit. I don't have my work permit yet. I just really have to go back home because it's a funeral of my mother. But I do have work. I was like working at IGT at the time.
Okay.
So here is my leave of
Certification,
absence, a
yeah.
certification from my boss that I need to go back. And then the
They
immigration
accepted
officer
it.
just said, oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hope you'll be okay. Yeah.
That's good. So I hope you don't mind.
No.
What is your status now, Wilma?
I'm a permanent resident.
But tell us the
Finally.
story. Okay, I know it
No.
wasn't just very
Okay.
easy for you. Okay, tell us the permanent resident story.
It's okay. I took 1 year program. I don't have any intention of being a permanent resident, so I did not research really anything about how to
Okay.
become a permanent resident. I just started reading when I've seen how beautiful it is
Oh.
to stay here. I got a job, nice people, and okay, fine. I'm gonna apply for permanent residency. And then I applied for Express Entry
Entry.
Student Connection. Okay?
What happened?
I'm not reading at all. I thought I knew everything. I mean, like, I've been
Okay.
working many years
Exposed.
back in the Philippines. I
Yeah.
know all of that. I've read. I said, yep, I understood, blah, blah, blah. But I did not read the very specific
Fine line.
details saying that if you're applying for Express Entry Student Connection, there's a link for the Student Connection, which I did not click. I just clicked
Okay.
the Express Entry. So, yeah. They IRCC asked for a job offer because I'm not applying under Student Connection.
Yeah.
So they canceled my application.
So canceled. One
Canceled.
first try.
One
Okay,
canceled.
second try.
Second try, skilled worker.
Okay.
Skilled worker, but the thing is that my knock code is
It's
not similar to my experience. So they
Okay.
returned my application telling me, get a 1 year experience.
Okay, that's second.
And they, you know what? They canceled my application on my birthday. That was like the very first time I got a negative news on my birthday, May 2.
But you're PR now. What happened?
But I'm PR now. I don't want to apply under AIP, although my company is AIP. I've initiated the AIP application of the company I work
Atlantic
with now.
Immigration Program.
Yep, Atlantic Immigration Program. I said, nope, I can do other pathway, not AIP. I want to do it myself because AIP is company initiated.
Yeah.
I want to be initiated by myself. But yep, it was returned. I said, okay, fine. I'm going to use the AIP. So
No, I wish I had more time to digress that, but okay. Last question.
I tried almost all pathway except the spousal.
That's also, well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay, knowing what you know now, the being away from family, having your mom pass away and everything, would you still recommend moving to anyone?
Yes. I'm hearing negative, what do you call it, comments from Filipinos saying that it's so difficult. Every night in our apartment, I keep on asking my housemates, what's difficult in here? I mean, like they said, we're living a good life back in the Philippines. I mean, like for me, I don't know really, like, if you don't have a car, you will ride a bus. We ride a bus or jeep in the Philippines, right? But it's too difficult traffic, okay? And our bus and jeep in the Philippines is not as good as the bus here.
Yeah.
It's all clean.
Okay.
But I think what makes it difficult for them is that there's a specific time where the bus
Okay.
would be
So it's
in a
more
bus
of
stop. I mean, I like that.
Non-accessibility. Or
It's
not too
accessible.
fast.
It's just more of a discipline of
Okay,
ourselves. We
okay.
know that our work starts at 8.
Is that their only thing they...
That's the one thing. Maybe we don't have helper here. I mean, like we do all the
Yeah,
jobs.
yeah.
But I find it much easier because
You do it yourself.
we do have a washer. We do have a
Yeah.
dryer back in the Philippines, right? We would hang
Ah,
our
so
clothes.
it's convenience also. I guess it's
Convenience.
perspective, right?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, well, Wilma, I wish this show was 1 hour
I
instead of
know.
30 minutes because it could have gone on forever.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Oh,
I can talk more
my
of what you
pleasure.
went through. But ladies and gentlemen, sorry, we have no time left. We'll see you in the next The Moving Truth with Pam. Bye now.
Thank you.